Today we're installing the Jake's Baja cage kit designed for the E-Z-Go TXT. Included with the kit is your hardware pack, your driver and passenger side doors, the top support bar, inner roof bar, front hinge upright, door jamb upright, front support bar, upper front bar, upper rear bar, rear support bar, door catches, and your lower cage. Now let's get started. First thing you want to do is engage the parking brake and turn the key switch to the off position. You'll also notice that we removed the front struts and the canopy. We've also taken off our sweater basket and front seat lean back. You'll notice here that we've installed rear brackets. This is for a cargo box. If you have a seat kit, go ahead and install those main brackets as well. You need these brackets to install this kit. Whichever bracket you use, just make sure that the front is flat like these brackets here. Your original sweater basket will not work. Now moving up to the front of the cart, we're going to remove the bolt located here at the very front of the floor mat retainer. Now using a 5/16 drill bit and your safety glasses, we're going to drill out this front hole. Now we're going to install our front hinge upright to the drilled location and the lower strut hole here using the 5/16 by 1.5 inch bolt supplied. You want to make sure these bolts are secured but not tightened. As you can see, there's still some play here. That's what we want. Now we're going to do the same thing on the passenger side. We're going to install the top support bar into the front uprights. You'll notice on the top support bars the grab handle. The grab handle should be angled to the inside of the cart. We're going to put both in place first. Now we're going to install the front support bar in between the two uprights and secure with the 2.5 inch bolts provided in your hardware pack. Do not tighten. Now we're going to insert the lower cage into the back side of our top support bars. You'll notice the mounting tabs here should be angled to the back outside of the cart. The lower cage should be in front of your mounting brackets. We're going to insert one of the 2.5 inch bolts here just to hold this side in place. Now we're going to connect the two bars here using the rear support bar and the 2.5 inch bolts supplied. Only hand tighten your hardware for now. Next we're going to install the upper rear bar. You'll notice the small accessory mounting tab here. This goes on the top side of the bar. This bar will mount right here and here on the opposite side of the upper support bars. We're going to use the 2.5 inch bolt supplied in our kit. Attach the inner roof bars to the upper rear support here and here. You'll notice on the inner roof bars there's a bend. The bend goes towards the rear of the cart just like this. We're going to install the front upper bar to the front bolt hole locations here in the support bars. You'll notice the flat accessory bracket. This goes on top. Again, you want to hand tighten your hardware. Now before we move to the other side and put the bolt in, we're going to attach our inner cage bars using the remaining 2.5 inch bolts. We're going to fully tighten these two bars to the front support bar. Once both bolts are in place, then tighten the bars. Now we're going to install the passenger side bolt. At this point, we can tighten all of our hardware that's not attached to the cart. So everything on the top half of the cage. Now we're going to attach the door jamb to the lower cage using the 2.5 inch bolt supplied, hand tighten. You'll notice that the bottom here slides in between the body with the tubing on the outside of the cart. You'll also notice that the door catch is facing forward and on the inside of the tubing. Now we're going to attach the door to the front upright by sliding it in to the holes here. You may need a rubber mallet to tap on the top of the door to get it all the way in the hinge. We're going to repeat these steps on the passenger side. Next we're going to attach the door catch to the upright. You'll notice on the door catch you have a bent edge. The bent edge should go to the outside of the cart and to the front. This piece will go on the back side here of the plate on the upright. You'll use the 3/4 inch countersunk bolts. They'll go into these countersunk holes here. Once you get both bolts in place, then you can tighten your hardware, but only hand tighten. At this point, go ahead and shut your door. Don't worry about the catch, we'll get to that later. What we're going to do now is secure the upright here to the side skirt. What you're looking for is a nice even gap along the door and the upright. You can use the adjustment here on the back as well as sliding along forward here. Once you're happy with the reveal, nice and even, you're going to use a 5/16 drill bit and drill through the side skirt. Make sure you wear your safety glasses. Using the 5/16 by 1.5 inch bolt, you're going to secure the upright to the side skirt. We're going to fully tighten this hardware and then we're going to repeat it on the opposite side. At this point, we're ready to secure the bolt here at the top of the upright. If you're still having some trouble with the door and the upright alignment, remember you have some adjustments with the slotted holes at the bottom and the top here. We're going to secure our bolt and do the same thing on the other side. Moving to the door latch. We're going to adjust our catch here. Now we're going to secure our door catch by closing the door and making the latch go inside the catch here. Once you have that, you want to hold the catch in place, open the door back up, and then tighten your hardware. You're going to check it again. Make sure there's no rattle, and then tighten the other bolt. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other door. We're going to move back up to the front of the cart. We're going to tighten up the 2 front bolts on the upright here and behind the door. We're going to do that on both sides, and then we're going to come back to the rear. Now we're going to attach the lower cage to the bracket of either your seat kit or your cargo box. You'll notice the small bracket that's attached to the pipe clamp. This is going to go in between the tube and the flat piece of the bracket here. We're going to attach ours to the middle of the bracket. Just want to make sure that yours is free of any obstructions on the back side. And then we're going to slide our passenger side in. Now before we use our 3/8 drill bit to drill out the holes for our U-bolts, we're going to use a 1/8 bit and make sure that we get to the top and the very bottom side of the slotted hole in the bracket here. You're going to use your safety glasses. You want to make sure that the bit is as straight as possible. Now that we have our 1/8 hole done, we're going to remove our bracket and use our 3/8 drill bit and try to go as straight as possible into the hole we already have. We're going to do the same thing on the bottom side. Now you're going to put your bracket back in place and secure the cage with the U-bolt. We're going to repeat this on the other side before we tighten. Now that our hardware is tight, we're going to reinstall our front lean back and our seat bottom. Once you have your front seats and your rear accessory installed, you're now finished installing your Jake's Baja kit designed for the E-Z-GO TXT.